Welcome back to Cooking with Tris, real food for real people. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make some pita bread. Now, just like the flatbread in the last video, this is going to use exactly the same ingredients. The only difference here is that we're going to add a tablespoon of baking soda. The reason for that is once we put the bread under the grill, the baking soda is going to make the inside of the bread bubble up, become all light and fluffy, but at the same time it's going to bake and be slightly crispy on the outside. So it's the perfect bread for your traditional kebab. You can stuff it full of grilled meat, grilled veg, grilled cheese, whatever you like. That fluffiness inside is going to soak up all those juices, and that crispiness on the outside is going to stop those juices from getting all over your hands. It's also a great alternative for sandwiches, and if you cut it up, you can also use it for dips. It's just, yeah, it's great. It's really easy to make and it's really easy to bake. So let's start. What I'm going to do, as before, add 100 millilitres or just under 100 millilitres of water, a tablespoon and a half of oil, a pinch of salt, and then here's our key ingredient, some baking soda. It's about a tablespoon's worth. So just add that all in, and I'm going to start to mix this up. Okay, so that's all brought together here into a little bowl. What I'm going to do next is wrap it in some cling film. The reason for this is because we're going to need to keep this out somewhere. Because of the baking soda, it's going to need to stay somewhere slightly warm to allow the baking soda to sort of do its work. It's going to expand and bubble up a little bit, which it just wouldn't do in the fridge because, of course, the fridge is cold. So again, as usual, here's one that I made earlier. So this has been sitting for about 4 hours. It's not something that you can really sort of leave for a long time because the baking soda only has almost like a limited sort of lifespan really to do its job. So here it is. As you can see, it's slightly more fluffy than the flatbread that I've used. And rather than rolling it out, all I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half, roll it up into a ball, and then just grab a little bit of flour in my hands, stop it from sticking, and then just shape it into your traditional pita bread sort of shape. You can either make it round or slightly sort of oval shaped if you want. I'm going for a bit of an oval shaped thing here, so I'm just using my hands to do this. We don't want to use a rolling pin because I think a rolling pin would just knock all the air out of it. So just like this, I'm going to put that on the baking tray like so. So I've just added the second one on there. This amount, as you can see, is going to make 2 pita breads. I've had the grill on for the past 5-10 minutes or so at the high setting, and I'm just going to stick these underneath there to bake away. Okay, these are ready to go under the grill. I've put the shelf in the grill down a bit lower than when I cook the flatbreads because we're going to want these to take a little while to rise. But it's on maximum. I'm just going to whack these in and see what happens. The pita bread's going to take 3 or 4 minutes baking on either side. So we're just starting to rise up a little bit, as you can see, but they're going to need a little bit longer on either side. So they're going to go back in. So they've really started to rise up there. So what I'm going to do, before they really sort of brown up on the outside, I'm just going to flip them over and start cooking the other side. I'm going to use a spatula for that. They can stick a little bit, so you may need to add a little bit of effort, hence the rubbish bit of editing there. It took a bit of doing, but it's worth it, trust me. Okay, so it's just starting to brown up on the second side, so I'm just going to again flip it over and start to brown up the first side. We're nearly there. Flip the bread as much as you need to. As I say, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes per side. Okay, done on this side. Last couple of seconds on this second side. And there we go, we're done. Light bit of colour there, perfectly cooked. These are going to be great. And here you have it, perfect pita bread. Just going to split this open now to show you what it's like on the inside. Very hot. But there you have it. As you can see, really fluffy, light, perfect. That's going to soak up all those sort of juices that you may put in there. Nice and sort of baked on the outside. This is perfect. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment. Please leave a like and get everyone to subscribe. And I'll be back once more with more cooking with Tris. Real food for real people. See you soon. Take care. Nothing too fancy today. The pita breads were a sandwich for my lunch. They tasted great. Really enjoyed making the video. Hope you enjoyed watching it too.